All right, you can see I made 500 on the finance today. They are both above the starting balance now, so that's really good. We have the full amount of drawdown, so depending on tomorrow's conditions in the setup, I can probably risk 500 on the trade. Otherwise, I'll just stick with my same risk and just get closer to the buffer. This one's basically one trade away from getting past, so that's good. And all right, two trades and a total of 1,700, almost 1,800. I actually fumbled on one of the trades, so let's go over it. First, going into the day, today was a pretty rough day, honestly. I waited till after 10, like I said. I didn't even really look at the charts until 9:50. Just I said that's what I was gonna do, and it was a good choice. So I came over, I saw NQ was obviously super close to this previous day high, and we have the SMT with the I don't want to delete all these, but SMT with the previous day low with ES and YM, and they were obviously reversing at the time. The 6 hour doesn't really matter, but we did have this sequential SMT between the midnight low, which is the second quarter, so Q2 low, just with YM. The 4 hour, I don't think there was really anything notable. Basically just that I think Trump said something at this time, so we had this big ass spike on every asset, and we kind of just ranged inside of there until 10 o'clock really. At first, there was an SMT with this range high, technically the high day, but NQ broke it at 9, where YM broke it at 8. And we had this reversal candle, but then obviously it's showing a failure to manipulate and going higher. Right. By that time, by 9 o'clock close, which is basically when I show up at the charts, ES had this failure swing with the previous day high. NQ also had a failure swing. So around here. Then even RTY got pretty close, which is kind of funny. Not funny, it's weird for YM and RTY to be that different looking, but yeah. So I wanted to see a long, so I was kind of just looking to see what would happen. Right. I wanted there to be a gap here to take a universal sequence, but this ended up not closing as a gap. But ES did. But I think even YM did. The thing is, I think all of them took the low, so there was no SMT fill. Right. But I don't know, I think I got in before the candle even closed, which is kind of crazy. Which is why I kind of fumbled. Basically, it's just a SMT between the 30-minute candlestick, so this 9:30 low, which is pretty significant. Right. Only with ES though, which I guess technically from 9:30 we just ranged, right? I said to be choppy because the two-stage driver, even though the driver didn't even do anything. It's basically this range right here. We did break out of it, then we didn't even break out. So we just arranged until 10 o'clock. And then we have the SMT, so kind of significant, not really, I guess. But basically what I saw was, after the SMT, I saw YM was I think it was probably this candle maybe. I saw YM was CSDing all the way up here. NQ didn't look that good, but all right, so we have this asset, which I was looking at as the weakest asset because the objective was the farthest away, but it ended up actually having the most impressive pump, as you already saw from the bar replay. So then I just looked at ES and I just needed a reason to get in really. The 3-minute CSDs all the way up here were previous day high here, so I can't do that. So basically the 2-minute and 1-minute were the same thing. We had this opposing candle and this one. So I just took my entry after we closed through. And it's a 2.2 hour trade. I was able to take a mini because the stop loss is only 6 points. All right, and I gotta try not to skip too much. I was noting stuff, but yeah, I don't remember why. I think I was in a Discord call, so I was kind of rushing stuff, and I ended up just closing it out so I could not hear them. But I don't know. I was just looking at everything too late. I was rushing a little bit. But, you can see I'm highlighting how YM's just reversing and everything. So I'm all right, ES should follow, especially because I don't know. I guess NQ was kind of primed for it. Went through a little bit of drawdown at first, and yeah, just because it's closest to the draw, that's why I took ES. Yeah, and NQ is probably gonna be the most bearish, just because YM was so strong. But yeah, I wouldn't even be expecting to take YM, and I don't think it's possible to at that point. So I'm kind of just taking ES just because I see the movement, I see the reversal off this SMT. All right, kind of internal. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't very confident because basically just random ass 30-minute candlestick SMT. And see, I'm in at 10:09, so yeah, technically I'm not supposed to even be in the trade. But after this, where is it at? This closure on the 15-minute. So yeah, NQ is bearish, ES is bearish, but YM is bullish. So it's a two-stage PSP, though it's like just a candlestick. SMT is not really a key level, but I still counted it, though I didn't see this PSP until afterwards. So that's why I was probably so scared and like didn't have conviction in the trade. It's just like one random SMT and a CSD. So I kind of pattern trade that. Otherwise, if I waited, I would have been in basically here, which is pretty much around the even a better fill than what I got. But yeah, like I said, it's kind of just like I said, the notes, SMT with expansion after, kind of a ass trade. Right, I'm kind of just watching YM and the rest of the assets. And NQ technically did have that same 1 minute CSD as ES, so it's like technically you can say all assets are reversing, since that's usually what I require. Since we're not trading the open or strength switch. And yeah, the 10 a.m. open low first, so that's a 10 a.m. open low high close, which is how candles usually form. Right, for this 4-hour candle or even just a 1-hour candle. So that's added confluence. Kind of trying to justify it to myself with other means, because the SMT was not really there. And the framework is, I don't know, I mean, you wouldn't really expect it to retrace that much deeper, especially at 10 o'clock, but yeah, it's just not really, it didn't make that much sense to me, to be honest. But I was still pretty confident in the bullishness, and I wanted to see those highs get taken, so that's what it is. And then YM, this 1-hour highs, I'd call that a relevant high, relative to where its previously high is, so just set an alert there. This alert got triggered. All right, so then NQ took this low out, which is basically like this order block, so it's like a lower time frame strength switch with NQ. Since ES technically took this low out of all of them, it's the weakest, and then we have the strength switch, so that made it technically a strength switch. Okay, that always happens, but I did type a lot of stuff out, so I'm trying not to skip through too fast, but let's see what I write out. I don't think he was going to come for this low, actually. And that'd be actual strength switch between like 15-minute candlesticks. Right, so I was anticipating. It ended up never happening. But yeah, I was trying to get ready to draw that out. But yeah, since like my only projected low was like this low right here with SMT. Technically this one does not have SMT on it, so if NQ did take this out, then this could technically get stopped out still, unless ES stayed really high in the range, but that's kind of unlikely, especially because ES is the middle asset. If it was YM, then yeah, you could expect that, but ES, you don't know, which is why I was also a little bit scared whenever I saw a little bit of drawdown. Yeah, I was thinking about just getting out and waiting for NQ to just make the strength switch. Because, yeah, I didn't think the trade was valid, which, I mean, technically it's really not that good of a trade, even with, like, the PSP, so I don't really blame myself for not having that much conviction in it. Right, NQ like, fails the CSD on the 3-minute. Hold on, I type out. Yeah, but I'm like, all right, fuck it, we bluff. We get stopped out. I can always just re-enter after NQ makes it, which obviously I didn't end up holding to that. But yeah, you see that we fail the CSD here, so I'm thinking NQ is going to drop to those lows now, and ES is going to go through some drawdown. That's what I'm waiting for, preparing myself to endure. I was like, all right, ES might stay high enough in the range just because like NQ is all the way like down here and ES is still over here, so my stop might be safe. And I'm just kind of waiting, kind of end up just consolidating, getting some random pumps here and there. And I was thinking that if I stay above like this until 10:30, it might just rip because that's the new 90-minute open. Though obviously I wanted that sequential SMT, so it's kind of iffy. Yeah, we're starting to pump, feeling good. My break even is at like 40 ticks, which we never got there. And then it's like leaving lows wouldn't make sense for, it's just good for my trade, so I don't really know what to expect now because we're like about to CSD back over, so just consolidating. So yeah, I'm just waiting for 10:30, see if we can maybe create a sequential SMT. And I wanted this 90-minute to close bearish, because then if we did take out this low, it'd be a two-stage 90-minute PSP. Kind of a mouthful there. But yeah, we just came back. I got scared. I saw like, it was like, I think I don't even know if I got in drawdown actually. But yeah, I just got scared. I'm gonna mark enter when the SMT is made, which you're gonna see that never happens. Of course. What is it here? And then I was like, I even knew I was like, watch this shit just go. And that's what ended up happening. NQ never took out the low. I don't think ES even made a new 1 minute low before it started pumping again. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, I just want to set the limit back over here to get back in. It didn't even come though. It just CSD'd back over. I'm like, all right, I feel like I sold, but I gotta wait. Which I really didn't end up waiting that much. See, I'm just watching right now. So YM's almost at this high. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. Or do I was considering taking that because it also has a close previous high, since I'm not in a trade right now. But so looking at ES and NQ mainly. Let's see. Yeah, it's like it's tough because the trade wasn't valid. Like even, but that's not that good. So if it runs without me, I can't really be that mad. But like obviously I was in it and it was gonna run, so you know, you're still gonna be mad at yourself if it does. So yeah, I'm kinda getting ready now. Yeah, I mean, it'd be a chase, but yeah, I say that and then just like, I don't care, I might get ready to enter right away. And since I can get like 2 micros on, I use micros instead of minis because I could make more money from it, get my risk more accurate. All right, then it does come back to tag me in. Yeah, I'm just like begging. I'm like, please. Yeah, I was thinking about if I wanted to send TP to get 2R or not, but I'm like, I don't really know. Yeah, I was thinking about taking gold, but I don't really like it. But now NQ is starting to go. It's like starting to catch up to YM and everything. So I was thinking about taking. I probably might type it out soon, I bet. But I was going to think about like taking ES off when NQ hit this structure high. Either that or just take it to 2R. All right, this high over here. So I'm kind of alerts on both sides to see what happens. Get a little move up, come back down. It's just jerking. And out. What's it right here? I think we have a 15-minute strength switch. So YM, we're taking out this 15-minute low to use that fair value gap, which is this 15-minute low on NQ and ES. So that's a strength switch. Though it's not like YM's like not going to do anything now, but it's like a good sign for confirming the reversal. Though this stop is not really protected because the SMT, I'll mark it out later, but it's like with this low or something like that. So this one could get swept out. Go through some drawdown here. Yeah, I'm like, I'm fucked. Just expanding lower. Not looking good at all. Like, look at this. I was just checking here just to see like how far my position went my original one, so I wouldn't even get break even there. Though it did, obviously it stopped me out because then I would have had to come back down to my original break even. So I don't know that happened. This is where the SMT fill is with the 15-minute candles. Previously high right above. And then YM is like, so yeah, we had that strength switch technically of the SMT fill, then we had this 1 minute CSD out of it for like, how much, 2 point something R. Yeah, like 2.7, something like that. And you can use like 2 minis there, so that's like a really good trade. So yeah, I probably should have been not so reluctant to not take YM just because it was the farthest objective. I'm used to taking like close proximity and like using that for relative strength, but obviously YM was the move here. I probably would have, I'm not sure what time I got in ES, so I could have taken this maybe before ES or at the same time. But yeah, and the SMT fill didn't happen yet, so yeah. If I was more patient, I could have taken YM, but it's fine, I guess. I don't know. What did I say? Yeah, I'm gonna say, oh, maybe NQ doesn't want these lows after all, so I'm definitely fucked if that happens. So I'm kind of just all over the place, just not in the right headspace. Probably because I wasn't like really trading on my own. I was like watching a call, people doing live analysis. Though I didn't take any of their signals, I took like gold. And you'll see when YM hits that relevant high, then I'll go break even. Which I think it hit it like actually after ES hit previous high, so it didn't really matter. And I was looking at YM on my phone and on the computer too. But yeah, we just like edged this high and then came back lower. Like what? And then yeah, check NQ. Right, it's like now NQ's pumping when YM's dumping. And I made a note of it. I was like, oh yeah, I was thinking about going 2R. I'm like, this is a bad trade. I don't deserve 2R. Just chasing it, so it's gonna take it all off and make something out of it if it hits. But yeah, I'm looking at, where's it at? NQ. Yes, I'm like, whenever YM is like pumping, then NQ is dumping, and like vice versa. So like I know it's obviously YM's like the more bullish asset, but they shouldn't still be this decoupled. Like at this point in the day, it's already 10:50. Like they should have resynced by now. So that's just kind of messing with me. And yeah, kind of just jerk around for a couple more minutes. Just try my stop loss here because nothing's happening. Then eventually I do move it to break even. Because I think it's like, even the YM didn't hit, it's like just so close. It's like, wow, I'd let that come back for a full loss. So break even. And then obviously this hits. And then shortly after, we get like an alert on YM. Just checking all the assets. NQ still pumping. YM just took out that relevant high. And that's pretty much trade down, like, for fuck's sake. Like, I didn't trade well. And then also, like, it was just consolidating a bunch. Had this drawdown. And yeah, I could have got like 2 hard in the same candle, but it's fine. I don't really deserve it. So if I just took the original trade, it would be like 2.2. And yeah, that's like 1.67%, 1.67R for the day. 1 of 1, because I don't really count break evens. Obviously, this would have been a winner for like 0.5 more or so. So I did miss out on that, but yeah, this is the narrative, right? We have previously high, this, I guess previous week high, this the new all-time high, so this one doesn't really matter. All right, 30-minute. I thought I had the 6 hour in here, but maybe not. 30-minute, we just had this SMT, 6 hour over here. And yeah, 15-minute, we had that 2-stage, and then the strength switch right here. So that's pretty much the narrative behind the day. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. I kind of went for a while in my actual live trading thing, just to show, like, because I wrote a lot of things down and had like a lot of thoughts. And I was pretty emotional, so I thought it was going to be, it'd be like important or nice to like see that authenticity. But yeah, right now YM is retracing off that high. R2Y edged previously high, so good thing I didn't take that. And NQ actually just hit this, so that's really wild. Yeah, I'm not even sure when you would take NQ. Probably, what time did YM hit this fair value gap at? 10:36. So yeah, the SMT fill, you probably could take an NQ right here, honestly, for a retest or just market enter. And be a pretty nice trade, 2.4R. You'd have to like manipulate either 2R like with a lower limit or the 2.4 if you could take the entire retest. But yeah, that's a nice trade, a nice move. So yeah, maybe in the future just don't trade ES. Either take YM at the SMT fill or wait for the strength switch. But yeah, a little emotional today, kind of rushed. But I don't even know if there's anything to take during the open, but obviously I just like sat out. I didn't even like give myself the opportunity to get tempted by it. Gold was pretty ass too. I decided that I wanted like just to wait for a 90-minute SMT fill. Otherwise, I wasn't gonna take anything because it didn't look that good to me. Like, it looked like longs obviously, but there's like a bunch of gaps, so I didn't know where to get in. Like, there's all these 30-minute gaps. I used the 1 hour. There was SMT fill with is it the 8 o'clock gap? I think it was with silver though. Yeah, silver never took this 8 o'clock gap, which is strength switch in a way. But then I'd probably trade gold there, which we'll probably get in the 10 a.m. candle. It's only 1 stage SMT though. And yeah, maybe this CSD here. I have to maybe mark it. Oh wait. But yeah, it's consolidating right now, so I'm not missing out on anything. But yeah, definitely, it's because I could actually see something happening on indices. I didn't want to like force gold, but if indices looks bad, then I'll probably be more prone to force stuff. But yeah, I just would rather pass on this. This looks like a really just bad day, bad profile. I think every asset left like this failure swing or something like that. Yeah. So I guess, there was SMT here, so it wasn't the worst ever, but data candles just overextended. That Trump tweet kind of messed things up, so that's all I did today. And yeah, it came out pretty good. And I guess on the week, I am up. Let's see which account. Oh wait, which account is it? Okay, finally loaded. But damn, what the hell? So I guess this week I'm up like 1.3K. Last week would have been profitable, but I had that one crash out day, so it was bad. This is when I started the channel. I think this like next day I started, so I had a profitable week after that. And then this one, I think, actually I was profitable at like $8, so That's cool. But this is gonna be like the first actual profitable day or week on the channel. So that's looking good. I'm up like, I don't even know what this is. This is like 4R. That's pretty good. So yeah, that's all for today. Tomorrow's the last day of the week. I think there's only like 10 o'clock revised U of M, so I don't really care about that. I'll trade normally. And yeah, hopefully we can get another good day, get closer to the buffer on this, and hopefully pass this eval. Catch you guys tomorrow.